तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरो वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमा ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिते नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यानाम्ने गौरकृष्णे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। सप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Sorry for being late in joining. I didn't saw the time. Just slipped off. Uh, so we have to begin from 12.13. I hope so. 12.12 was done, and 12.13 onwards we have to begin. This is what I remember. So, am I right, Nabro?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So 12 point, so this 12.8 to 12.12 actually explains that how actually the different ways or uh, gradations of devotional service, or gradations where gradual way also one can go, or if one is not able to do this, then what he can do, like that it is also been said over here. So these four verses from 8 to 12, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 5 verses, actually has been explained bit differently, but all the way it is same only, because a bit differently by Prabhupada, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, and Baldev Vidyabhushan. So, but all three of them surely, all are acharyas only. All of three of them have established the superiority of bhakti yoga over all of the processes in these 4, 5 verses. So being the 12th verse that was spoken as Shreyo, I'm just revising it for you all till now. Shreyo hi jnanam abhyasa jnana dhyanam vishishyate dhyanat karma phala tyaga kshanti anantaram. So in this verse of the 12th, which we have studied already, it's been said that knowledge is better than practice. Uh, Meditation is better than knowledge. Renunciation of fruit of work is better than meditation. And the result of renunciation of the fruit of work is that one can attain peace of mind. Tyaga, Shanti, Anantaram. So this what has been said, and I just want to show you all. This comes in there's a table made explaining the different explanations which is given by Srila Prabhupada, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, and Sri Baldev Vidyabhushan for this 8th to 12th verse. So I'll just show you, and you just read it, and then we'll move ahead with the 13th verse today. So this comes in Gita Subodhini itself. It's a very well, nicely, over here been shown what is the difference uh, in these three points. So as over here, Krishna's statements, levels of bhakti, highest to lowest. So surely the beginning is the highest. It's not a gradual process in a way because it's coming from the next. So Srila Prabhupada's explanation, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's explanation, and Baldev Vidyabhushan. So you can keep the 8th verse in front of you, 8, 10, 11, 12, and we'll read it. What is the difference? So in the 8th verse, if you remember, actually spoken, Krishna has spoken that, apply your, he has said very clearly that apply your mind in me, right? My eva manas adhisva, my buddhim niveshaya, nivishasi my eva ata urdhavam na samshaya. So he said that just fix your mind upon me, engage engage in your intelligence, all your intelligence. The two things he has said in the 12.8. Engage your mind upon me, fix your mind upon me, and engage your intellect, and you live in me always without a doubt. So over here, if you are seeing, let's see what Prabhupada explains this, and how Vishnu Chakravarti explains this, and how Baldev Vidyabhushan explains it. Read one of you what Prabhupada says about 8.8 and 8.B both.
Bhakti on the pure stage of love, offering one's mind and intelligence to Krishna entirely and thereby
Hare Bol.
let us scroll down please. Entirely and thereby live in him.
Second, Smarana. Vishnu Chakravarti, what is it?
Smaran Atmika Bhakti, remembering the form of Shama Sundar in mind. Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan explanation,
And next?
offering full consciousness
No,
to
no.
Krishna.
8.B. Report 8B, na? Read na? Mana Atmika.
Prabhuji, your screen is lagging. That's why there is delay.
Oh, okay. It's visible now.
Yes, Prabhuji. Manan Atmika Bhakti, contemplation on Krishna with intelligence.
Yeah, so over here you all could see that what Prabhupada is saying. And similar over here, only differentiation has been made by Vishnu Chakravarti. Now what Baldev Vidyabhushan writes, offering.
Offering full consciousness to Krishna with complete ease and steadiness.
So it's similar. So 8A has been 8A and 8B means my eva manam atatsva, my buddhim. So this is saying smaranatmika bhakti and mananatmika bhakti has to be performed. And Prabhupada also says the same, and over here the same. It's similar, but nowadays you now see 9 Abhyasa Yoga. Read one of you.
Sadhana Bhakti or practice regulative principles of Bhakti Yoga to develop a desire to attain Krishna. Abhyasrupa Bhakti, endeavoring to attain Krishna by withdrawing the wandering mind and repeatedly and fixing it on Krishna. Withdrawing the wandering mind by repeated practice and gradually fixing it on Krishna.
So Prabhupada, the 9th Abhyas Yoga, Prabhupada has explained us in the form of doing in a 64 regular, following the 64 regulative principles given by Rupa Goswami. Whereas Abhyas Rupa Bhakti, spoken by Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur and Baldev Vidyabhushan, is a bit different. They say, withdraw the mind. abhyasa yogena yuktena. That's what that kind of that. Withdraw the mind. You withdraw the mind if it runs away. But you perform that kind of bhakti only, where manana atmika and smarana atmika. So manana atmika. But this is so you may say, how is it why Prabhupada is not following Baldev Bhushan, or there's nothing like that, because their time was a bit different and Prabhupada knew. Prabhupada could understand that it's very difficult for the people in general to do Mananatmika Bhakti and Smaranatmika Bhakti. Their mind is very much corrupt. But so much corrupt that they are not falling for rigs also. They're not falling for rigs and straight giving Mananatmika, Smaranatmika Bhakti will be very high for them. And Rupa Goswami himself has mentioned sadhana bhakti of this category. So actually, Vishnu Thakur also speaks the same. In Madhura Kadambini, he speaks the same. But over here, the explanation of these verses has been a bit different. It's not that the process that they mention are different. 10th, Mat Karamo Paramo Bhava. Yeah.
Working for Krishna by contributing to his service.
Hmm.
Directly serving Krishna with external senses, even if mind is not on him. Offering one's activities to Krishna.
So Baldev Vidyabhushan Prabhupada goes the same over here. So they are saying, if you could not do Rag Bhakti, you could not do Sadhana Bhakti, then at least you come to this stage, Prabhupada says, work for Krishna by contributing to his service. You know? So that is Sakama Karma, Prabhupada, because he is saying, give some contribution, working for Krishna by contributing to his service. But Vishnu Thakur says, directly serving Krishna. He is not saying, no, engaging your work in Krishna. He's not directly serving Krishna. Now, at this platform, at 10th verse, Vishwanath Chakravarti lands up to saying sadhana bhakti. Because sadhana bhakti definition is this only, that you engage your senses in the service of the Lord. All the mind is yet not, and you are trying to bring it. So he comes, but Prabhupada has come one more step down. Then 11th, sarva karma phala tyagam. Read it.
Giving up results of work for some good cause. Doing Nishkarm karma offered to Krishna as described in the first 6 chapters. Perform all activities devoid of desire for result with controlled mind.
So Prabhupada has said, if you could not do Sakam, Nishkam, no, at least give contribution for some good cause. May not be even for service of Krishna. Something else. Perform, and will Balev Vidyabhushan also says what? Perform all activities devoid of desires for result with control. So similarly, it is Prabhupada and Baladev Vidyabhushan, but Vishnu Thakur says, Nishkam karma, you Krishna. You do Nishkam karma, as been explained in the first 6 chapters. This is his Sarva karma phalatyaga. So you can, okay, 12th one, what we have just read right now. Shreyo hi jnanam abhyasat. So now ज्ञान का अभ्यास, अभ्यासत, अभी अभ्यास का यहाँ पे सब तीनों लोगों ने थोड़ा अलग अलग बोला है, तो यहाँ पे भी थोड़ा अलग रहेगा. So now read.
For those who cannot follow the principles of Krishna consciousness, it is better to cultivate knowledge. Jnanam or Mananatmika Bhakti in 12.8 is better than Abhyas Yoga in 12.9.
So he is saying that, Vishnu Chakravarti is talking about 12.8 means this verse, the first verse. The Smaranatmika Bhakti is better than Mananatmika Bhakti. So, no, that's what he is writing over here. And that Jnanam or Mananatmika Bhakti is better than Abhyas, or he's saying Jnanam. Mananatmika is better than Abhyas Yoga. And what is that Abhyas Yoga for him? Bringing back the mind. Now read what Baldev Vidyabhushan writes.
If Abhyas or practicing remembrance of Krishna is difficult, then one may cultivate Jnana or realization of Atma.
So So it's similar to what Prabhupada is mentioning over here. That if you could not, do that, then come to the jnana marga, knowledge acquired. Okay, 12b, jnanadhyasanam vishishyate. Yes.
Prabhuji,
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji,
Let's
Mananatmika.
let me
Yes.
complete, then we'll come. पढ़िए कोई.
Dhyana is better than jnana because knowledge gradually develops into meditation. ध्यान और स्मरणात्मिका भक्ति is better than ज्ञान और मननात्मिका भक्ति. ध्यान or practice of meditation on Atma is preferable if Gyan or realization of Atma is difficult to accomplish.
So over here, Baldev Vidyabhushan and Prabhupada, are writing same. Dhyan is better than Gyan because naturally the knowledge gradually develops to meditation. Similar thing, Dhyan or practice of meditation is preferable if Gyan or realization of Atma is difficult to accomplish. So same, but Vishnu Chukra Thakur has not yet come to this process of Dhyan or Gyan yoga. He says Smaranatmika Bhakti is better than Mananatmika Bhakti. So he is a Gyan for him. That Gyan is still Bhakti Mah Gyan. So Mananatmika, means where your intelligence is you are applying. No, 12.10. Smaran, mind engaging is better than that is his explanation. Now read Dhyanat Karma Phala Tyaga.
If one cannot do meditation, then one can renounce the results of his prescribed work for some good cause. By dhyana, one develops distaste for the fruits of action. Better than unsuccessful practice of meditation is the renunciation of results of work.
So Baldev Vidyabhushan Prabhupada is saying, and over here he's saying, but by dhyan one develops a distaste for fruits of action. So for him, dhyan, you understand, smaranatmika bhakti, the one who will do. So he will develop the results of fruits of action. Then tyaga kshantir anantaram. Read.
By renunciation, one attains peace. By such distaste, one attains peace in the form of stopping the senses from dwelling on all objects except Krishna's form and qualities. From giving up results of work, one attains purification of mind. With pure mind, one can do meditation.
So you understand that. But anyhow, in these three, I just showed you because none of the acharyas are wrong. No doubt about it. And none of the acharyas are saying over here that you do something else than bhakti. Only they are saying gradations is this. If somebody is not able to do, you do this. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is one who is not at all, is not at all bending in one way. Bhakti karne ka hai. ये नहीं तो ऐसा करो, ऐसा नहीं तो ऐसा करो. He is not going down. He's not even come to the stage of actually sadhana bhakti also in one way over here. Explanation of these verses. So anyhow, but all these differences are there. I just showed you because we have to understand when you explain anything and when you read something, whenever you read from any other source, one has to be very clear that the differences that is there that will also come has to be properly understood in the light of Prabhupada's teaching. So this is how actually these, but all acharyas says the same in conclusion. Bhakti is the best. Now, different ways of bhakti. Now they will explain according to according to their mood that they are in. So we follow Prabhupada and Prabhupada being mercifully knows what is our situation. That poor Rex is also a problem for people who are coming to Bhakti path. They are so badly uh, trained their mind in Kali Yuga that they can't even focus for few seconds also on one thing. They are so lazy and crazy that no, this is our they know our qualification basically. They want to know proper, and he's mentioning it to us the what we should do. Yes, Kaushik.
Ruji, Baldev Vidyabhushan said in between that better than unsuccessful meditation is renunciation of work. Does it mean that successful meditation is better than renunciation of work?
So, but you should, what do you mean by successful meditation? Or what do you understand by meditation over here? First tell.
Meditation means some or other fixing one's mind on Krishna, right?
No, 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 no. He is not talking about that meditation. He is talking about Dhyan Yoga.
Acha.
That's why if you don't understand, you'll go to Khichdi. You don't have
Guruji,
to
there
Khichdi.
Smaranatmika Bhakti, Mananatmika Bhakti, and Abhyas Yoga. So, Guruji, Smaranatmika Bhakti means dhyan, na?
No, this is Smaran is of not Dhyan. This is
Guruji,
Dhyan.
there is
When the
difference
word
between
Dhyan
Smaran-
has been said, please understand that. What Dhyan has been said is about Dhyan Yoga. Is Dhyan Yoga is also known as what? We have read now. Dhyan Yoga is another name. Ashtanga Marga. Ashtanga Yoga. Right now. So that Dhyan Yoga is that been said. So you can't mix up Smaranatmika and Mananatmika with the Dhyan Yoga.
Guruji, but there it is clearly written Smaranatmika Bhakti or Dhyan Yoga. So, how to understand that?
So no, so it's a this is why I showed to you all. Different acharyas use different terms in different ways. So for Vishnu Chakra Thakur, Dhyan Yoga is still that yoga which is meditation on Krishna. It is not Ashtanga Marg. So that is why we say initially, be fixed up with Prabhupada's purport, then will you go to any other purport. Else you will do Kijari in your brain. Is that okay? So,
Guruji, just last question. What does Abhyas Yoga mean according to Prabhupada? What is Abhyas Yoga?
Abhyas Yoga is 64 erotic principle, sadhana.
Achha.
Okay?
Yes, Guruji.
So this is what now we'll move towards the 13th shloka, and that is that now Krishna speaks about the qualities which endears to him. You know, is very pleasing to him. And you will see from these verses from 13 to 20, these are very important verses for devotees, because Krishna will end each verse by saying, "Sa me priyaha." Sacha me priyaha, sa me cha, towards the last, he will say something, towards the last, he will say that, he is very, very dear to me, to the last verse, he will say that. So we can understand how one has to grow from being dear to Krishna to very dear to Krishna. So Krishna is saying, and that happens through these qualities. Sometimes, uh, surely these qualities are born out of bhakti, but these qualities are very endearing to Krishna. So before even these qualities are born to us by the help of bhakti, one should endear to have these qualities within, so that he attracts the mercy of the Lord, and we enhance our devotional practices. So these are very, very important, and if we underestimate it, Krishna is going to say over here. You will see. If you underestimate it, actually, our sadhana bhakti will also not go properly. So we'll go ahead, Prabhu, now. You can recite. Yes. Yeah. Adveshta sarvabhutana maitri karuna eva cha nirmamo nirahankara samadukha samadukha sukha kshami santushta satatam yogi yatatma dridhanishchaya mayarpita mano buddhir yo mad bhakta same priyaha. Yeah, read the translation.
One who is not one who is not envious but is kind friend to all living entities, who does not think himself a proprietor, and is free from false ego, who is equal in both happiness and distress, who is tolerant, always satisfied, self-controlled, and engaged in devotional service with determination, his mind and intelligence fixed on me. Such a devotee of mine is very dear to me.
Yes. So these are some of the qualities which he has said. Now Prabhupada explains each of these quality and read it carefully so that you could catch which quality Prabhupada is explaining the purport. Yes,
Purport. Coming again to the point of pure devotional service, the Lord is describing the transcendental qualification of a pure devotee in these two verses. A pure devotee is never disturbed in any circumstances, nor is he envious of anyone, nor does a devotee become his enemy's enemy. He thinks this person is acting as my enemy due to my own past misdeeds. So it is better to suffer than to protest. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is stated, Tatte nukan Tatte nukamba
Renukampa Swasikshmanu
Manu
Janeva Kritam Vipa. Yes.
Whenever a devotee is in distress or has fallen into difficulty, he thinks that it is the Lord's mercy upon him. He thinks, thanks to my past misdeeds, I should suffer far greater than I am suffering now. So it is by the mercy of the Supreme Lord that I am not getting all punishment I am due. I am just getting a little by the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, he is always calm, quiet, and patient, despite many distressful conditions. A devotee is also always kind to everyone, even to his enemy.
So which quality Prabhupada explained till now in this purport?
So
Huh?
a devotee is very calm, cool, like
Here. Advaita Sarvabhutana. This has
non-envious.
been being non-envious. No, even to those who are actually create problem to, because he thinks that any problem which has been created, he thinks in this way. Tatte nukampa susikshaman. Oh, this is my own past misdeeds which is returning back. I should have got much more, but by Krishna's mercy, I'm only getting little punishment. So I'm fine. Therefore, he's always calm, quiet, and patient, despite the devotee is always kind to everyone, even to his enemy. And so, two qualities are being explained over here. Advaita sarvabhutanam maitra maitri karuna evacha. And that is why he has for all sarvabhut, has no envy and he has compassion and friendly with anyone, even to his enemies. You know. So this is how a devotee actually, these qualities Krishna like, because you see over here what he says. Yo mad bhakta same priyaha. Right, na? So this kind of devotee is dear to me. You know? So now read ahead what Prabhupada says about Nirmama. Nirmama.
Nirmama means that a devotee does not attach much importance to the pains and trouble pertaining to the body because he knows perfectly well that he is not the material body. He does not identify with the body, therefore he is freed from the conception of false ego and is equipoised in happiness and distress. He is tolerant and he is satisfied with whatever comes by the grace of the Supreme Lord. He does not endeavor much to achieve something with great difficulty. Therefore, he is always joyful. He is a completely perfect mystic because he is fixed in the instruction received from the spiritual master. And because his senses are controlled, he is determined. He is not.
So wait. So over here he has explained Prabhupada has explained about Nirmamo Nirahankara. You know, Sama Dukkha Sukham Shami. So Nirmamo, Prabhupada has explained. Uh, Anybody will say how Prabhupada explained Nirmama? These are very important qualities. Yeah, tell anyone of you.
Guruji, a devotee does not unnecessarily identifies with the body. Therefore, he is always joyful, whether in distress or in happiness. He
He
does
does
not
not
think.
identify. Uh, Complete.
Prabhuji, he is freed from all conceptions of false also, Prabhupada said.
Prabhupada said very beautiful line, which is very important to know. Then he does not give much importance to the pains and troubles pertaining to the body because he knows. So it's not that he does not cares about it. It's not that he does not now don't feed the food, don't feed the body. No, but much importance to the pains and troubles pertaining to the body is not there. No, I hope you understand. Giving much importance or less importance or no importance. You know it. I hope so. Well, no, much importance means if something goes here there, you are very disturbed. And uh, less important, okay, very little disturbed. No importance, doesn't matter. So over here, it said does not attach much importance to the pains and troubles pertaining to the body because he knows he's not the material body. He does not identify with it. No false ego. And then he has also explained Nirmama ke baad, he has explained Nirahankara Samadukka Shama. So because of this Nirmama, he also has Nirahankara, he has no ego, he is very tolerant, he is Shama, and is fixed up in following the instructions received by the Guru. That's a Sama, and that is how he remains Samadukka Shama Shema. So now read, he is not swayed away.
He is not swayed by false arguments because no one can lead him from the fixed determination of devotional service. He is fully conscious that Krishna is the eternal Lord, so no one can disturb him. All these qualifications enable him to fix his mind and intelligence entirely on the Supreme Lord. Such a standard of devotional service is undoubtedly very rare, but the devotee becomes situated in that stage by following the regulative principles of devotional service. Furthermore, the Lord says that such a devotee is very dear to him, for the Lord is always pleased with all his activities in full Krishna consciousness.
So Krishna over here actually saying, I'm pleased with my even sadhana bhaktas who actually know who have these qualities, or they are no they are showing their sincerity uh, in following these qualities. Santushtaha satatam yogi. Prabhupada says santushta means what? He does not endeavors too hard, right? No? Yeah, no, he doesn't endeavors too hard to get something for him. He does not endeavor so hard. That is why he is always joyful. He is not endeavoring hard means not that he does not endeavor so spiritually. He does not endeavors much for his material part. Not endeavor much means what? But he endeavors, huh? He endeavors, but not much endeavor, like an ass. That's what has been said. No, so and he's completely so he because so that he remains peaceful and joyful. Santushta satatam yogi. Yatatma dhrida nishchaya. And then Prabhupada explained, he is dhrida nishchaya. He is fixed up, in his faith, and determination to serve Krishna. He is not swayed away by anyone's false arguments or anybody, cunningly speaking to him or misappropriately behaving with him. He's not affected by it. He's fixed up. He knows very well Krishna is my eternal Lord, I am his servant. No problem. Yatatma, Dridha Nishchaya, and he performs bhakti to him with Dridha Nishtha. Not that tomorrow is saying somebody, hey, see, just give me an example, to you, hey, see, you gave up onion garlic, that is why you have B12 problem. You're not eating non-veg, that is why only vitamin D problem. What you are doing, you may get arthritis also, you may get TB also. So it is Yatatma Dridha Nishchaya. These false arguments does not sway him up. False arguments of scientists, doctors, technologians, non-devotees does not know. Even devotees who are kanishthas, may say, "Kya hai?" So much problem is there. So much, why I'm not been given a chance. He is not into that. Tatatma, Dhrida Nishchaya. Mai arpita mano buddhi. He is engaged with his mind and intelligence fixed on me. And it is like, exactly like over here, these verses, when you will be reading now ahead also, is exactly like Krishna is saying, my devotees are like this horse. Horse ke aage lagate hain, so that he just sees a target and runs. He's not seeing here, there to get distracted. Similarly, my devotees, Krishna is saying, is like that. They are like this. They're fixed on goal. No matter whatever people say. You know, their dridha nishchaya, their determination in the path of bhakti is not swayed away. Such a devotee is very dear. You know, he's not very dear to me. He's right now saying dear to. He's dear to me. Very, very dear to you is come later on. So these are the qualities which Krishna expects uh, from his devotees. So then, so in this, so these verses, Advashta and all those what has been spoken over here is is a series of verses which is like over here because Krishna spoke in the 12th shloka, Tyaga Kshantir Gachati. So what is the description of the devotee who has attained such peace? You know, is these qualities. Yeah? In response to the question that no, what is the description of a devotee who has attained peace? Oh, the description is these. The different natures of many types of devotees are described over here, and this is the meaning of they have attained peace. You know? So surely one who has not given up the has not become even nishkam, for him it's very difficult to follow this advashtha, nirmama, nirahankara, sukha dukkha, shama. Oh, very difficult, you know. And that is why we struggle in having these qualities also. So Krishna very, very kindly has stated over here these qualities, beginning with Advaita, does not have hatred even for those who hate him. Rather, he has friendliness towards them also, Maitri, and is merciful to them also. So that's his been. But somebody said, but okay, your devotee is Advaita, Maitri, Karuna. But by having what type of discriminating powers one can attain friendliness and mercy even to his enemies. Somebody may say like that. So what is that which gives them, fearlessness and friendliness even to his enemies? What is that gives them the strength? Krishna says two qualities. Nirmama, nirahankara. My devotees are not possessive about their own body and also are non-possessive towards children, wife, family, and all those. And nirahankara. Possessiveness, not that is that don't take care. Is they are non-possessive. And how they become non-possessive? Nirmamaha, about their own body and the other's body, because they are nirahankara, they have no ego. My devotee, that's why never develops hatred towards others. And then somebody may say that, okay, why should he accept such distinction if he wants to reduce suffering produced from hatred? Then, you know, so it has been said that see, but then one will be suffering in body by getting punched or kicked by others. Somebody may say, oh, my devotee, Krishna has spoken so beautifully over here. Krishna actually quotes one shloka. Narayana para sarve na kutashana vipyati swarga pavarga narakeshu apitulyartha darshinaha. Or devotees who are solely engaged in devotional service. This is Bhagavatam verse 6:17-28. That devotees who are solely engaged in devotional service of Narayan never fears any condition of life. Never think about heavenly planets, liberation on hellish planets. They all are same for him. That is why a devotee is not bothered. Oh, somebody will punch him or kick him. How we will. He doesn't bother much about it. Somebody will say, oh, so he gets punched and kicked also by people. No, but he is not too much bothered about that. So because he is he has no such expectations. He has no such. He's fixed. So one should consider. So samadukha sukham. So and because a devotee knows, what is prarabdha? So prarabdha karma which has come. Yeah, anyhow it will come from the past life. And aprarabdha karmas are karmas which come in a future body. So they know it that tolerate it. Because if I tolerate these things, I'll be able to I'll be able to make my future better. So somebody will say that, but how this devotee will maintain his life by this? अरे लोग तो उसको तंग करेंगे. People will think, what is this? And what is this? He will think, hey, ये तो बेवकूफ है. They will cheat him also. Then Vishnu Chakravarti says, he's santushtah. Krishna, that's why he's saying santushtah. He is satisfied to eat whatever comes on its own accord or with very little effort. But since you have said that you should be equal in happiness and distress, then how one can express satisfaction, santushta, with getting something to eat? The Krishna says, see, my bhakta is satatam yogi. My devotee is constantly engaged in bhakti of me. No, he is acting for the purpose of attaining perfection in bhakti. That is why, no, that is why ahar artham yatate eva yuktam tat prana dharanam tattvam vimarshayet tena tad vignaya param vajet. No, Krishna says that my devotee, if required, one should endeavor to get sufficient food stuff, because it is always necessary and to proper to maintain oneself. When the senses and mind and life are fit, one can contemplate spiritual truth. By understanding the truth, one is liberated. So he says, but my devotee, I agree that they need some, no, but my devotee is so fixed up, that if by chance he does not attain his required food, his mind is yet restrained, yata atma, without agitation. And even if his mind happens to become disturbed, he does not resort to any other process other than bhakti. Not that he starts karma now. He remains convinced that he should only perform ananya bhakti. His devotion does not become weakened. The cause of all, not that, anyhow, the cause of all this is mentioned here. He is absorbed in meditating and contemplating on me. Such a devotee gradually, this is greatly, not gradually. Such a devotee is greatly pleases me. Sa me priya. So these are some of the qualities which is Krishna been speaking, and these are very very elevated qualities. We are in a baby school, nursery school of attaining these qualities. So, but we should know that to some degree we should always push ourselves to have these things and to act like this and perform bhakti very rigorously so that we get actually these qualities. So Krishna is very clear. Krishna means very clear. He is very clear with his devotee. My devotee means he does not knows anything. That's why Krishna says, no, and I don't know anything apart from me, them, my devotees don't know anybody apart. So these are some of the, for us, it may appear that, oh my Lord, what is this? Yeah. But we can become dear to the Lord by showing us sincerity, for sure. So after speaking this verse, Krishna comes to the another verse which he says about, he continues his search of my priya theme, and is saying ahead in 12.15. Yasman no dvijate loko loka no dvijate chayah harsha marsha bhayo udvegar mukto yah sacha me priyah.
Translation. He by whom no one is put into difficulty, and who is not disturbed by anyone, who is equipoised in happiness and distress, fear and anxiety, is very dear to me.
Read the next translation also, we see.
he who does not agitate others nor is agitated by others. He who is free from material emotions such as joy, jealousy, fear, and anxiety is dear to me.
Wait, 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 wait. So over here is very clear. Prabhupada will write a purport, very beautiful over here. So let us read Prabhupada's purport and then we'll discuss something over here. That is, okay, I need to show them. Pari.
A few of devotees' qualifications are further being described. No one is put into difficulty, anxiety, fearfulness, or dissatisfaction by such a devotee. Since a devotee is kind to everyone, he does not act in such a way as to put others into anxiety. At the same time, if others try to put a devotee into anxiety, he is not disturbed. It is by the grace of the Lord that he is so practiced that he is not disturbed by any outward disturbance. Actually, because the devotee is always engrossed in Krishna consciousness and engaged in devotional service, such material circumstances cannot move him. Generally, a person becomes very happy when there is something for his sense gratification and his body. But when he sees that others have something for their sense gratification and he hasn't, he is sorry and envious. When he is expecting some retaliation from an enemy, he is in a state of fear, and when he cannot successfully execute something, he becomes dejected. A devotee is always transcendental to all these disturbances, is very dear to Krishna.
So one thing which is now Prabhupada has explained these qualities very nicely. And so here, here Krishna is saying, Yasman no dvijate loko. He does not agitate others. So sometimes in our passion and or a materialistic vision towards a devotee, we may agitate other devotees also by our words, uh, by our actions, by our misbehave, by our conducts. Speaking cunningly or passing comment, passing a critical remark to devotee. These are something which you might have learned in your college or your school days, and that is how a boy who's able to pass cunning or cut a joke on people, he is considered smart. So that's why but Krishna doesn't like that smartness. So Krishna is spitting on them over here practically. My devotee does not give anxiety to others. They don't speak in a way. If they have to chastise because if they are senior to them, they are guru or something like that, that's a different case. But in normal, in dealing, they don't give anxiety to others. They don't become a source of pain to others. So this is so very easy, we immediately think about others should not give pain to me because they are devotees. I am also devotee. But Krishna says the head part also, which is very important. Loka no dvijite chayah. But he does not disturb us, others. But what if others disturb him? Oh, he is not disturbed by it. This is something which is very great. So, we need to, we need to, yeah, we have very limited power to change the world around us. What to say about world around us? We have a very limited power to change the devotees around us. Because some devotees will be there who will be born and brought up with certain samskar, and they are coming from a certain kind of a family tradition. Some people may be coming from a family where very sharply they speak to each other, or because of whatsoever reason they have got into certain kind of mental setup. They have prejudices. It's very difficult to change them. But over here, Krishna is saying very clearly that my devotees are not disturbed by them, even if they create a problem. Why? Because my devotee does more than he reforms outside, he makes a reform inside in his heart. So it is very easy to be a See, none of our great acharyas who have revolutionized the world by Krishna consciousness were just in revolutionizing outside. They were very much revolutionized within. So we want to change the world. First, we have to also, and it's very good. We want to change the world. We feel concerned for the people, but we have to also concern for one's own self, so that when they create problem, we are not disturbed. Not that we are going and we're saying, oh, उसने ऐसा बोला. ठीक है, we might have to say because we may not be. But today we have to know if the other devotee has created a problem and how much problem I am actually in. That also shows that I have also not come to a great standard of bhakti. So we may do the needful to solve the issue, but we have to also take some project to purify our within consciousness also. If we don't do it, it's a half only done. That is not going to help us much. Because Krishna is saying, because my devotee, my devotee is Yasman no dujate loko, loka no dujate chayah. I know that many devotees may not feel comfortable when they hear these नदे में से क्या है ये पैशन कुछ करने का है हाथ पैर चलाने बोलो करेंगे बट शुद्धिकरण करने बोलो बहुत मुश्किल है. So yeah, I know many devotees when we talk about purifying their within, they become aisa. They can't even sit peacefully sometimes, because they want passion, action. Action is external, but what about the internal, sir? Because Krishna is saying both. He does not create anxiety for others, and if others create anxiety, does not goes into anxiety. He's fixed up. Means what? He does not create such a problem to others that devotee chanting will be disturbed. And if others said something, because of that, his chanting is never disturbed. His consciousness is not disturbed. So both has to be. So Krishna is saying very clearly over here, Harsha, Marsha, Bhaya, Udvega. They are not. So Prabhupada has explained over here. Generally, a materialistic person becomes very happy when there is something for his sense gratification and his body. But when he sees that others have something for their sense gratification, he has it. He becomes envious. That is truth. He becomes udvegit. He becomes very envious to them. Distressful. He feels. Oh, he has. I don't have. And many people, even being devotee, we may be swayed away and trying to get into the game of competing. Arey, uske paas hai. He has that much LPA of job. I don't have. What the world will say. Let me get it. Arey, if it's your need, you get it. So he feels sorry, distressful. And when he's expecting some retaliation from enemy, he's in state of a fear. So devotee actually is not so. He is fixed on his duty to Krishna. So this kind of a devotee is actually is dear to the Lord. So so we see actually our acharyas, the great devotees, they have like that. Because anybody who performs bhakti, yasyasti bhakti bhagavati akinchana, sarvair gune tatra samasate sura, harava bhakta sakuto mahadguna, manorathena asito dhavato bhahi. Anybody who performs even sadhana bhakti, to Bhagavan, Bhagavati, akinchana, sadhana akinchana bhakti. Oh, demigod-like qualities are given to them. Sarvair gune tatra samasate sura. So they get these qualities. So Krishna over here saying that no, Krishna is saying, see, understand that no, anybody who is constantly performing bhakti, I am pleased with him. Because these 5 verses, describes these qualities. These qualities basically is categorized as freed from material jubilation, anger, fear, and anxiety. So my devotee is not into that. He is, for him, one who, for him, no one receives disturbances uh, due to fear or something, because he is compassionate. He does not act to cause distress to others, and also others do not act to cause distress to him, because they know because they know he is not hostile to anyone. No joy, jealous, fear, anxiety, causes of disturbance, he gives them up. He does not have to do anything himself. He does not have to do anything himself to avoid them. Why? Because absorbed in relishing the profundity of Atma and his relationship with the Lord. So his joy, his envy, these other things are not does not come in him. So so uh, so now Krishna actually speaks something else, but I should have ended today. But tomorrow I'll end this section, and then you are free to go ahead with the 13th chapter. Do you have any questions? We have 4 minutes left. We'll begin tomorrow from the 12.16. Anybody have any questions? These are very, very prominent sections too. Exam point of view, I don't know. We are not just here. One is external reason for doing Bhakti Shastri to get a degree. But Prabhupada didn't started Bhakti Shastri for just to get a degree. Prabhupada started that we reform and become a good Vaishnavas by reading his purports. We actually revolutionize our internal state of consciousness. That's the purpose. Anyone if has a question? If not, we end over here. Okay. If you don't have, no. So I'm just saying, bro. No, we should think about these qualities. Actually, there's a very good book of Satsarup Maharaj on Vaishnava qualities, the 26 qualities. So actually, we should hear about these qualities. Till the point you don't hear about these qualities, or at least I know His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj has spoken about these qualities. There are quite good number of lectures on each of these. Not all the qualities, but majority of the qualities. Actually, we should hear and read about these qualities. And because these qualities generally are not liked so much in the initial stages, but are very, very important, because Krishna wants, we are over here to please him. For what we are over here, to please Krishna. So we have to know it. And when we hear about it then a desire actually to be like that also begins. Okay, Hare Krishna. If you don't have questions, we end over here. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada.